of Babylon has been symbolically described in the last book of the Bible as a woman arrayed in purple and scarlet color and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls, having a golden cup in her hand full of abominations and filthiness of her fornication. And upon her forehead was a name written, Mystery, Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots and abominations of the earth. And that's from Revelations chapter 17, verses 1 through 6. The true church, for example, is likened to a bride, a chaste virgin, a woman without spot or blemish. Check Ephesians chapter 5, verse 27, and Revelations chapter 19, verses 7 and 8. But in striking contrast to the true church, the woman of the text is spoken of as an unclean woman, a defiled woman, a harlot. If it is correct to apply this symbolism to a church system, then it becomes clear that only a defiled and fallen church could be meant. In big capital letters, the Bible calls her, quote, Mystery Babylon, unquote. Now, when John wrote the book of Revelation, Babylon as a city had already been destroyed and left in ruins, as the Old Testament prophets had foretold. And you can find that in Isaiah chapter 13, verses 19 through 22, and Jeremiah chapter 51, verse 52. But though the city of Babylon was destroyed, folks, religious concepts and customs that originated in Babylon continued on and were well represented in many nations of the world and exist in secret right up to this very day. Now, just what was the religion of ancient Babylon? How did it all begin, and what significance does it hold in modern times? Many of you were aware that the Iraqis have been busy for many years rebuilding the city of Babylon. It was in this land of Shinar that the city of Babylon was built, and this land became known as Babylonia, and later as Mesopotamia. Now here is where the Euphrates and Tigris rivers had built up rich deposits of earth that could produce crops in great abundance. But there were certain problems, you see, the people faced. For one thing, the land was overrun with wild animals, which were a constant threat to the safety and peace of the inhabitants. And you can check for reference Exodus chapter 23, verses 29 and 30. Obviously, anyone who could successfully provide protection from these wild beasts would receive great acclaim from the people. For all people in all times seek security. It was at this point that a large, powerfully built man by the name of Nimrod appeared on the scene. He became famous as a mighty hunter against the wild animals. And the Bible tells us, quote, And Cush begat Nimrod. He began to be a mighty one in the earth. He was a mighty hunter before the Lord. Wherefore it is said, even as Nimrod, the mighty hunter before the Lord, unquote. Genesis chapter 10, verses 8 and 9. Now apparently, Nimrod's success as a mighty hunter caused him to become famous among those primitive people. He became a, quote, mighty one, unquote, in the earth, a famous leader in worldly affairs. Gaining this prestige, he devised a better means of protection. Instead of constantly fighting the wild beasts, why not organize the people into cities and surround them with walls for protection? Then, why not organize these cities into a kingdom? What a great idea. Evidently, this was the thinking of Nimrod, for the Bible tells us that he organized just such a kingdom. Quote, And the beginning of his kingdom was Babel, and Erech, and Akkad, and Kala, in the land of Shinar, unquote. Genesis chapter 10, verse 10. The kingdom of Nimrod is the very first government mentioned in the Bible.